Alright, and we are in game. It's not coning. It is a team of questionable hand movement QH versus a team of, let's see, what are they called? Once again, they are called Swatic. There we go, and let me remove my mouse from the screen. Apparently it's not working as well as I'd hoped, so here we go. Right, ready, set, go! First up, let's take a quick look at all the items. Interesting to see, Elixir of Fortitude on Ezreal, and boots on the AD carry of the opposing team. Right, both teams pretty aggressive here, moving as 5. They really want to engage, initiate their first attack right here, right there. Actually, only one team moving as 5. Oh, check me builds, check me build. Look at him go. Oh, the mystic shot shows that there's someone in this one. Heavy pings going out. And everybody deciding, well, let's back off. We have been spotted out. Just look at them. Check me builds, just poking at the little bush there. As, yeah, both teams heading back into their early jungle. Could have turned out really bad for the team of Swatic, but it ended up pretty well as they used a perfect mystic shot to deal with it. Right, so let's start this off with the flail of the northern winds, most likely. Kabam! All those wolf camps getting annihilated. And Blood Raven starting out with his rupture, picking up the raid camp and getting a little bit of help by the bot lane as well as his middle lane. Interesting to see bot lane deciding to help him with the raid camp instead of going for those golems. It's going to give them a little bit of disadvantage as they return to lane. Blood Raven picking up the red buff, and of course his opponent Uber Newbie picking up the blue buff, and immediately heading into the jungle. Oh my word, they immediately spot each other. They say, well, we don't want to fight each other just yet, so I'm going back. And both of them heading towards the red camp or blue camp respectively in the top of their jungle. And yeah, both teams slowly but surely getting into their formations and doing a really fine job there. As Artvor is dealing a fair amount of damage to his opponent, who is his passive, Happy Hour, is going to regain 12 health over 4 seconds. That's, well, not as much as you'd hope, but still, it's going to keep him a little bit more sustained up than his lane opponent, even if he does take a little bit more of the damage from his opponent. Artvor actually dealing a massive amount of damage to Flames in the meantime, and while you do have some additional sustain, that isn't going to work against the burst power of a Pale Cascade combined with the Crescent Strike. Vote Baron Nashor, interesting. Right, so it's pretty slow start, both junglers just seeing each other and going like, hey dude, what's up? Well, they don't want to shake hands or do a high five, and they just went back into the jungles, taking a long time to just farm. Dooby coming in for a gank, as Jace just went back to buy himself a pair of boots, as well as a side ward. That's going to make it really hard for the team of the questionable hand movement, Swatic, to get in a gank, but he's already standing there just waiting. Newbie wants to recall. Yeah, he's going to recall. It's quite interesting to see that he doesn't wait for Jace to come back to the lane. And yeah, Jace is going to have an easy time just farming up that lane as long as there no pressure is from the Sejuani. Artwar and Rocking Flames in the middle. Again, a body slam, explosive barrel roll coming out. And again, not much happening currently. Cho'Gath is thinking about going into the top lane. Blood Raven, oh Sir David, he's going in with his Blade Searcher. This might just be his undoing as Blood Raven is moving in. Here's the Rupture, a flash from Sir David. Beautiful flash there is going to save his life. In the bot lane, would say that the advance... Oh, there's the Xenoblade actually on to check my builds, and the exhaust goes down to Babalasky, immediately stopping that assault. But this time, they don't have exhaust to stop him. It's going to be pretty hard when they decide to go onto Ezreal once again in the mid lane. Ubernubi just showing his face and saying, hey, I'm a warrior lady on a giant boar. I'm just going to, well, put a little bit of pressure there, not much, but still enough to force him to go back. Yazega now in a little tight spot, Sir David with the ignite, but it isn't going to be enough. And you can just hear the pulse fire Ezreal going as he picks up even more farm. Farm-wise, we're looking at an equal actually. Oh, Sir David and Yazega going pretty deep. Sir David is actually putting Yazega out of the reach of the turret. It's quite interesting that Yazega decided not to stick under the turret, pretty much afraid of a Sejuani coming in. Neither team really wanting to give up first blood. Yazega slowly but surely with all of his potions regenerating his health back to full. We have a Sejuani coming in, Ubernubi passing through the Tribush ward and is now wanting to go onto Yazega, but it's going to be pretty hard. He's under the tower, and this might just backfire because Jace does have Thundering Blow available, able to just smash his opponent away. Now we also have Bloodraven coming in, finding no one here. It's quite surprised, expected probably an Ubernubi here. Ubernubi, where are you going, man? He's going pretty deep into the enemy jungle and just taking the long route in trying to get out of there. Ubernubi going to run right into Bloodraven here. 1 hit, 2 hits, Feral Scream going out, and Ubernubi might be in a bit of a situation here, but there is no follow-up from his team, and Rocking Flames is able to make sure that Cho'Gath cannot continue that chase. Yazega still in the top lane, pushing out the lane a little bit more, and really afraid here. Should be afraid because now the Equilibrium Strike lands, Thundering Blow going out, a flash, and the Arctic Assault. And Ubernubi barely missing him. So close. In the middle, by the way, Adwar taking massive amounts of damage. Where did the barrel roll go? Oh, Rocking Flames! He just ran into tower range, took a few to the face, and went down. First blood going the way of Adwar. And that is terrible for them. They did not want that to happen. Get the... There we go. This looks a lot better. There we go. Much better. Just need to get the Swatik logo in place correctly, and that means that we'll be ready to head into the next stage of the game. Trusha Barrage coming out, just pushing out the lane a little bit. And Babalansky not really level 6 yet, but here's Cho'Gath from the side. Xenoblade missing due to a nice flash from Ninja Sky. They're chasing them down. The red buff is proccing onto Ninja Sky, but I don't think that they can make it here. They are just one rupture too far, and that's a little bit unfortunate for the team of QH, but a really nice gank. Burning a summoner spell is always good, and interesting to see. Little man knew exactly the damage that Babalansky was able to put out, so he used the Xenoblade to get a little minion damage out and giving yet another bit of farm to Babalansky, who is, interesting enough, not pushing out the lane, and now actually deciding to do so. Wanting to push it into the enemy lane and then recalling. Probably going to pick something up in the form of a Doran's Blade. Or how much gold does he have? 520. Maybe sell a potion. Get the Berserker Greaves in. Interesting to see here. Ezreal with a Sheen instead of something else. Which game? To Donny. Domi 08. The next game is going to be Koningslied versus the winner of the other match in that bracket. Alright, so Yazega is just pushing out a little bit, not really afraid because he has a nice ward here in the Tribush. And Ubernubi forced to go back to base, doesn't have that much health left, has 960, probably going to be a Kindle Gem or sell a few potions to get the Boots of Mobility in there. Well, he's not selling the potions, just getting the Ruby Crystal out, preparing for, of course, the Spirit of the Ancient Golem. Trusha Barrage again, dealing a fair amount of damage to Babalansky, but he's not really that afraid at this point. Right, so the game is slowing down a little bit. Oh, never mind, not slowing down. We have Jason incoming with Cho'Gath incoming, rocking flames. Is going to go down in flames. And a beautiful Crescent Strike picks up the second kill for Artwar. And just as I was saying the game is slowing down, it's suddenly picking up pace again. And it's interesting to see here that Ezreal is going for the Sheen as the first item. Not something we see regularly, but they are expecting that they will be able to outdamage the team of QH by just the sheer amount of poke that they can put down in the lane. And as long as they don't go all in, they might have a good chance. That might just be the reason why they are going for that Sheen build on Ezreal. And we have to engage in the top lane. Here is the Glacial Prison onto Yazega. Yazega dealing a fair amount of damage with Ubernubi, with a beautiful Arctic Assault, is going to get away. But however, he needs to watch out. Artwar is on hot pursuit, or should I say cold pursuit, because he is pursuing the Winter Claw, the Sejuani of the Winter Claw tribe. And Ubernubi getting away there with his life. And, well, Artwar's still here. It looks like they might go for the lane swap here, as Artwar wants to push out the lane. He's not really sure what he wants to do here. He's, well, he's kind of waffling around, and we all know that the Dutch guys, they love their waffles, especially the stroop waffles. So, that's what she's doing, and suddenly decides to just annihilate the wave. It's interesting to see. You don't see it often. I guess she didn't want to wait for Jace that long. Crucial Barrage again. Oh, nice dodge there by Babalaski. And that's going to save him quite a bit. And that's probably going to allow him to push out the lane. Immediately, they're going to go for Dragon, as Ubernubi has recalled. Cho'Gath is spotting them out thanks to a little ward here. And Bloodraven really wanted to get the Dragon out. Does he want to go in though? That's going to be the major question. Ubernubi is the only one currently in the vicinity. Oh, a beautiful miss smite! And then the Hail of Arrows picks up the kill. Beautiful play there by Varus. So unfortunate for Ubernubi, pressing the smite button just a little bit too early. And that cost him the dragon. So unfortunate. And their chance went up in flames. And the team of course, questionable hand movement, rocks the dragon this time. And let's take a quick look at the farm. Middle lane definitely going in favor of Gragas. Of course, that makes a lot of sense. We have Diana. She has been roaming around quite a bit. And Gragas with a 30 CS advantage. Pretty much equal in gold right now. Except for that one dragon, I would assume. 400 gold difference actually. Interesting to see. But that might just be because all of the cannon minions are worth even more than the melee minions or the custom minions, so there might be a little bit of a deficit there. And it's going to be interesting how these matches are, how these lanes are going to play out, because Irelia definitely having an advantage. 600 gold in the mid lane, 600 gold going the way of Diana. In the jungle, definitely 400 gold going the way of Cho'Gath. And the bot lane pretty much equal at this point. So that that shows in the total gold difference only a 400 gold difference between the two teams. Blue buff going the way of both the ability power mid heroes, as Gragas already has that little circle of blue. You can't even see him. He's too big. You can't even see the blue buff circling around him. That's kind of sad to say. I love those little Easter eggs. In the meantime, we have an incoming gank here from Ubernubi. Glacial Prison going out. Bablaski barely getting missed by it. And that's not going to be enough. The Chain of Corruption does go out, but it's not enough. It misses everyone. And Bablaski and Lil Man still with at least the ultimate from Leona, so they can't really dive there. And they are forced to go back. In the middle though, we have a 3-man push. going on to that middle tower. It might just go down because Gragas is not available. He is available, but he's not able to counter that turret push all by himself. But they have a little bit of a backup in the form of Ubernubi, who, well, it is just enough presence for them to not go all in on Gragas. And slowly but surely the team of QH is getting, well, a little bit of an advantage, down to, up to 1000. And that dragon definitely helping them out quite a bit. Oh, Artwork coming in now. Rocking Flames with his ultimate is ready. Battle Roll coming out. Body Slam coming out as well. Explosive Cast pushing Artwork back into the fight. But we have Blood Raven coming in from the side. Rupture going out. But the Barrel Roll is going to pick up the kills. Blood Raven going to go for the assault here. Is thinking about it. But a beautiful Body Slam from Gragas is going to save his life. He's chasing down Ubernubi though. But we'll run right into the attack damage carry here. Check me builds. Blood Raven might be in a bit of a situation here. Body Slam coming out as well. Rocking Flames. A flash. Oh, he turns around and that's a kill. Has 2 kills go the way of the team of Swatik. They pick up both Cho'Gath and Diana. Cho'Gath going a little bit too far. I guess his eyes were a little bit too big for his stomach. And he got taken down. And this pretty much equalizes the score. It's pretty interesting to see. So David now in the top lane, sporting the Giant's Belt versus Yazeker with his Brutalizer. Going to be pretty hard for Yazeker to try and whittle him down before, of course, he gets whittled down by the combination of Blade Surge as well as the Heatland Style Equilibrium Strike combination. Another ultimate coming out from Ezreal. He doesn't really care about, well, losing that ultimate because it's just so important to clear out that wave as fast as he can. Pulsefire portal opened, and that's quite intense as Ezreal goes back, picks up the blue build as we have seen so often, but keep in mind the blue build is not really the best build if you are so far behind, and well, they are currently equal, but the moment they fall behind, the blue build is going to fall off quite fast because you can't poke them down fast enough, and that's all the blue build is about. You cannot teamfight as much as you would have liked, but there is enough for them to worry about as it is, because we have Blood Raven with Spirit of the Ancient Golem currently pushing out the middle, Artwork coming in as well, and Ubernubi coming from the side, and that forces both of the teams to make a tactical retreat and get ready for the next dragon. We should be respawning in about a minute or so. Don't have exact tabs on the timer, but the moment they actually do, oh my word, look at Little Man taking massive amounts of damage from the red buff as well as the Spiritual Spectral Rate. And Check Me Build and Ninja Sky are going to go back. Little Man wants to go in. Here's Solar Flare. Slow down. Oh, the Mystic Shot picks up Little Man. Now Check Me Build is in a terrible position. He gets picked up in return. Now the immediate Lunar Rush coming in. Ninja Sky might just go down. Another Crescent Strike. Nope. He's just going to walk away. Lunar Rush was not available for Ardwar. Neither was his Moonfall. So that's one kill going the way of the guys from QH. But this also means that they will be able to pick up the dragon because there's no Ezreal in the vicinity. And without Leona there, well, it's not as bad to lose your support. And oh, the Glacial Prison missing completely. Blood Raven gets picked up by Ubidubi though. Exhaust goes down to Babalaski. He's trying to get away here. Here is the Diana coming in with the Lunar Rush. He's going to try and pick up Ninja Sky. Does pick up Ninja Sky. Ubidubi still chasing down Babalaski. Babalaski trying to kite her away from him. It's going to be pretty hard because Gragas is also in hot pursuit. And well, Jace is on the way. He wants to go back in. The top turret does go down. So they're still fighting over Dragon. And Jace getting into a position where he can try and maybe get a Shock Blast off as with an Acceleration Gate. The Dragon does go the way of the team of Swatik. And oh my word, Ubinubi running right to Yazeker. Yazeker gets the kill. And Check Me Build might be in a bit of a situation here. One hit from Yazeker. He gets slowed down. A flash from Lindman. Oh, the Xenoblade misses. Check me build trying to get out of there. Exhaust goes down. And Yazeker still in hot pursuit. Eclipse from Little Man. Flames goes down. Oh, the damage from Yazeker. And now it's Check me build going down as well. A double kill going to Yazeker. And the dragon is not available. So they lost 3 for Dragon, and that's not the position you want to be in as the team of Swatik, because now they might just lose that middle tower to those meddling kids. Wow, I'm seriously tripping over my words right now, as the middle tower does go down, and that is not equalizing the gold count, but it sure brings it pretty close. And as Yazeker uses his acceleration gate, he is just poking away David, but David is, well, just sitting there, doesn't really care about any of the poke, because he'll just heal it up. Another blue going the way of Gragas. So to the guys in chat, feel free to talk with me. I'll try and keep an eye on the chat. It's on my right side, so if you have questions, if you have any type of comments, remarks, say what you will. You are free to make them, and I'll try to respond to them in time if I'm able to, because I'm still casting this alone. That means I'll be needing all of your assistance all the time. Middle is a little bit of a 5 versus 5 ARAM game from the looks of it. Everybody just poking away. Trisha Barrage doesn't work. Oh, a beautiful Glacial Prism, but it misses completely. A beautiful flash explosive cast. Here's the engaged chain of corruption going out, and Sir David is just demolishing everyone. Double kill going the way for Redia. Does Bablaski actually pick up a kill? Nope, that's going to happen. The Checkney build burn damage picks him up, and the tower is now smashing onto Ubinubi. Ubinubi going down. A double kill going the way of the team of questionable hand movement, but it went completely the wrong way for them, and the engage came at the wrong time. To Domi, I do not believe we will have more casters tonight. I'm the only one for now. It's a little bit unfortunate, but hey, sometimes that happens.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
And QH going to lose at least 2 towers for this one, from the looks of it. Okay, it's questionable hand moves, not questionable hand movement.
Blue team's
Alright.
turret has been destroyed.
Questionable. And yeah, immediately the counter initiation here by the team of QH, but it isn't going to be enough. 1 Howling Gill, and that is all they wrote about that one. Yazeker now just chilling out. Is pushing out the lane a little bit, and looks like QH really wants to pick up at least one of these towers, but it's really hard. Trisha Barrage pretty much clearing out waves by the second. The barrel roll coming out as well, and Sir David using that blade surge to just clear out the remainder of the wave. And it looks like it's going to be pretty hard for the team of QH to get back in here, because Aurelia is just going to get tankier and tankier and just going to demolish everyone as she jumps through the team with her hidden style. Mavlaski now picking up the red buff. That's going to give him a little bit more kiting power that he is going to be needing. And Ubinubi is just going to waltz around in the forest. Let's take a quick look at the abilities and basic attacks. Apply frost to enemies. Okay, I have no clue what frost does. Probably it's just a something like the moonlight passive from Diana here. Afflicts enemies struck with moonlight, revealing them for 3 seconds. And that's probably all frost does these days. It used to be 10% slow, but they removed it as it deemed a little bit too little to matter during most of the team fights, especially against things like the let's see, the Phantom Lancer combined with a Zephyr or anything akin to those. Sir David now going onto Ivor. Ivor getting completely locked up. He's not going to get out of there. And immediately this might just be the counterpoint. Bloodraven standing still for a little bit. And it looks like the tower is going to go down as the team of Swatik is moving in. Oh, Rocking Flames going balls deep. The tower is still alive and they're taking damage by the second. The barrier coming out for Check Me Build and there's so much damage going down. Sir David tanking the tower. The focus is onto Bloodraven. Bloodraven is able to get out of there. Rupture coming out as well. And they make it out. They pick up 3 kills. They do go down. They go back. The tower down to half hit points and this could have backfired completely. That's for certain, but they played it out correctly with Irelia tanking all the turret hits all the time. Dragon is next target for Swatik. They'll pick that up in a matter of seconds. And, well, that's all they wrote actually about this one. Red team slays the dragon, brings the gold count up to a 5,000 gold lead for the team of Swatik. Let's take a quick look at the items. Irelia now finishing the Blade Rune King. Chase with, of course, the Last Whisper Brutalizer and is building towards his Muramana. We have Cho'Gath building towards his Shurelias. We have Sejuani building towards the Sunfire Cape. Already both of them finishing the Spirit of the Ancient Golem as expected. In the middle, we have the Athene Sonori Grill as well as the Abyss Scepter. And Kragus with Rabadon's Deadcap, Void Staff, and of course the Seeker's Arm Guard. If we're looking at Ferris and Ezreal, we're looking at a Bloodthirster, a Zeal, and another BF Sword, probably going to go the way of Infinity Edge. And Ezreal going more for that blue build again, with the Iceborne Gauntlet, with the Lizard Spirit Elder, and of course building towards that Blade Rune King. Support's pretty much equal at this point, only difference is that Janna spawning the Kagas Lucky Pick and level 2 boots, where as well as the Ruby Crystal pretty far ahead due to all the all the gold being picked up by her just from objectives. And well, not to speak of assists, because she has 10 assists versus the 4 assists on Leona. In the meantime, Sir David split pushing the top lane, and they're moving towards him, and this is kind of the problem they're going to be running into, because Lil Man wants to jump Sir David. Equilibrium Strike coming out, Ignite coming out. Little Man, well, he's pretty much getting reduced to 0. They're going to try and maybe go for him. That's not going to happen. And Sir David pretty much doing what he should be doing, is pretty much playing the hotshot GG game as he pushes all the towers, and they have to deal with him. Only this time he's actually there. Here's the Chef Corruption engage. Ubernubi does go down due to tower damage. Frozen Cask, Bloodraven gets obliterated, and Yazager is in a terrible position, does not want to get hit by anything at this point. Ardwar and Babalaski are chasing Check Me Build, but it's not really where they want to be at this point. And, well, Sir David taking out that last tower. Check Me Build once again picking up the middle tower, so that's 2 towers already. At the loss of only Ubernubi, and they do pick up Cho'Gath, so the inhibitor is now naked. That means that they will be able to just push that one down and force a team fight on that inhibitor as they are moving towards the base to buy some more items. And the entire team of Swatik is slowly but surely starting to clear out Baron, because they know the opposing team is forced to go at them, and then they'll probably lose that inhibitor, as Bloodraven is getting massive damage here from Rocking Flames. Explosive Cask is available. Oh, beautiful flash there. And a nice shock blast is not enough. Now we have Little Man fighting with Check Me Build. The exhaust does go down, Soulflare goes out, but looks like Swatik is moving in for the kill. They're pushing down the lanes. And this might just be the final push here. Glacial Prison onto Ardwar. Ardwar taking massive amounts of damage. One more hit should be enough to kill her. And yeah, that's going to be the end of Art War. Babalowski using the Chain of Corruption. Does land on Check Me Build. Check Me Build now getting focused down. Goes down to Babalowski. Finally gets shut down. But Babalowski might just go down here to Sir David, who's chasing him down on a killing spree, going for the double kill. Does pick up the double kill. And without any of the champions available, that's going to cost him at least an inhibitor. I'm not entirely sure if it is going to be enough for them. Irelia spawning the double phage. Interesting to see, but might just be building that one to get some additional attack damage as well as health in one item. There aren't many items that deal with that. Or she wants to pick up the Strive Force here. And with them going back to base, let's take a quick look at the gold that they have. Greg is probably going to pick up the Zonya's Hourglass right now. Yeah, he did pick that one up. Sunfire Cape, Oracle's Elixir, and a armor on the Sejuani. We do see Homeguard Boots on Flames, so he's actually shooting flames out of his slippers. Is he on slippers? It sure looks like he's on slippers. No, he isn't even on slippers. He's just walking around without slippers. So if he runs over a Nidalee trap, it's going to hurt his feet quite a bit. And if we're looking at big items being finished right now, also Varus, this time sporting the Infinity Edge, so he might be dealing a lot more damage, but it might be a little bit too late for him to get to the point where he can start blowing up Irelia in one swift go. Especially if he starts critting a little bit more. Oh, little man! So close, almost destroyed in one true shot rush there. As they are moving back to base, they're just forced to just sit there and wait. That's the only thing they can do. Farm up until they are 40-50 minutes into the game, get their own big items out, and then maybe they will be able to do something about the power force that is Swatic. And Baron now being attempted by that power force. As Baron is going pretty low, already down to half hit points. They want to engage. They don't have Leona though. And Bloodraven gets locked up, taking massive amounts of damage. Glacial Prison coming out. Sir David is unstoppable. The second kill going the way of Rocking Flames. Now the focus is also Check Me Build. He is going to not go down. A double kill going the way of Irelia. And Check Me Build picks up Art War, and this might just be the end of the game. As the top turret is being pushed down by the minions. There are 4 members of the team of Swatic available. 30 seconds on the respawn timer, and well, it looks like this might be the end. They're going straight for the Nexus turrets. Sir David doesn't care about the damage he's taking. He's just tanking the turrets. One of them is already down. Sir David forcing a flash from Little Man. Little Man just getting annihilated in one go. Rocking Flames picks that one up. An ace! And Swatic goes into round number 2 of this NK qualifier. The National Championship qualifier for the Netherlands. That is GG. QH falling out of this tournament, unfortunately for them. Alright, so we saw game number 1 of this evening, and we'll be jumping